So who actually is the Trolley Witch? You'll find out right after this. Hey everybody, I'm Taylor from Beard vs. Geek, where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. Today we are back in the magical world of Harry Potter, and we're talking about the witch who really should get more credit than she ever has before, and that would be the Trolley Witch. The Trolley Witch is a very kind and very sweet person, well, most of the time, but when she is not kind and sweet, she is just downright creepy and scary, and we should all respect her a lot more. We do know that in the 19th century, the Hogwarts Express was formulated in order to centralize the way that students would get to Hogwarts. Before that, they were just using port keys, and it was a big pain in the butt trying to organize everything, and it's a lot easier to have them come to one centralized place and ship them all up together, and far more safer with less hiccups. Hence, the Hogwarts Express was created. The Hogwarts Express only runs about 6 times a year, unless a student needs to come home early. That means that the Trolley Witch is only really working 6 days a year. However, thanks to new information brought to you by The Cursed Child, yes, this book is canon according to J.K. Rowling because she made it. Suck it up and get used to it. We discovered right here a lot of great information about the Trolley Witch, about security on the Hogwarts Express, and exactly who this person is. So let's crack this bad boy open and find out more about the Trolley Witch, and then my theory as to why it is the case. There are 2 main protagonists, Scorpius and Albus, are on the Hogwarts Express, and they want to get off of it in order to go on their daring adventure. They climb out of the window when the Trolley Witch is coming along to offer them sweets, and this is what happens. Albus: the water will be extremely useful backup for if our cushioning charm doesn't work. Scorpius: Albus, the Trolley Witch. Albus: you want a snack for this journey? Scorpius: no, Albus, the Trolley Witch is coming towards us. Albus: no, she can't be. We're on top of the train. Scorpius points Albus in the right direction, and now he can see the Trolley Witch, who approaches nonchalantly, pushing her cart. Anything off the trolley, dears? Pumpkin pasties, chocolate frogs, cauldron cakes? Albus: oh, Trolley Witch. People don't know much about me. They buy my cauldron cakes, but they never really notice me. I don't remember the last time anyone's asked my name. Albus: what is your name? Trolley Witch: I've forgotten. All I can tell you is that when the Hogwarts Express first came to be, Adeline Gumboldt herself offered me this job. Scorpius: that's 190 years. You've been doing this job for 190 years? Trolley Witch: these hands have made over 6 million pumpkin pasties. I've gotten quite good at them, but what people haven't noticed about my pumpkin pasties is how easily they transform into something else. She picks up a pumpkin pasty and throws it like a grenade. It explodes. And you won't believe what I can do with my chocolate frogs. Never, never have I let anyone off this train before they reach their destination. Some have tried, Sirius Black and his cronies, Fred and George Weasley, all have failed. Because this train doesn't like people getting off it. The Trolley Witch's hands transfigure into sharp spikes. So please, retake your seats for the remainder of the journey. That's creepy. Albus: you're right, Scorpius, the train is magical. In that one little scene of The Cursed Child, we find out more and far more creepy stuff about the Trolley Witch than we ever wanted to know. For example, she has been doing the job for 190 years, meaning that she is at least 207, since you need to be at least 17 years in order to be of age and therefore have a job. And most likely she's older than 207 because she needed to be working in a position where the Minister of Magic would have noticed her and would have liked her enough to be the Trolley Witch on the Hogwarts Express. So what about the really creepy stuff? The hands turning into spikes, the cauldron cakes suddenly turning into hand grenades and exploding, her suddenly appearing on the top of the train as if it's no problem whatsoever. Anything off the trolley, dears? Well, we do know that witches and wizards have the innate ability in order to use magic, and that they only use wands in order to enhance and to focus their magic, but they themselves can perform magic without wands. Harry even demonstrated this when he lost his wand in the dark. He said Lumos, his wand lit up, it was several inches from his outstretched hand, and he was able to grab it in order to fight off the Dementors. But the bottom line is, the more magic that witches and wizards are able to use, the more that they're able to do without a wand, such as Transfiguration. Transfiguration, turning something into something else. For example, a cauldron cake, a pumpkin pasty can suddenly turn into an explosive element similar to a hand grenade. Or that a person's own hands can turn into spikes. We do know that people can perform Transfiguration on themselves, and we did have Victor Crumb perform an incomplete form of Transfiguration in order to turn his head into a shark's head in order to breathe underwater during the Tri-Wizard tournament. And he was just 17 years old. Imagine a woman who is over 200 years old. What can she do at the drop of her hat with her little hands? The idea of a person apparating on top of a train is actually not that far-fetched either. We do know in Book 4, The Goblet of Fire, that vendors with carts full of merchandise was apparating several feet in front of them with their carts as if nothing happened in order to sell their goods. Therefore, a woman with a cart full of sweets can easily apparate herself from the inside of the train to the top of the train as if no problem whatsoever. Especially if her job for almost 2 centuries has been to ensure that the students on the train remain on the train until they reach their final destination. Now, I believe that this witch was not out to harm the students in any way, but in order to scare them in order to get back in the train. After all, if you were on top of a train and you saw a random kind witch coming towards you and things exploding and her hands turning into spikes, wouldn't you want to do what she was told? I theorize that the Trolley Witch is actually connected magically to the train, that they are bonded one to another. We do know that magical bondings are a very simple thing and actually rather common in the wizarding world. We do know that Filch and Mrs. Norris are bonded together. We do know that there is such a thing as the unbreakable vow. We do know that Voldemort can split his soul and bond it to an object. Therefore, it is not a far step to theorize that a person can be bonded to another object, and that that object and that person are linked. Not necessarily in the way that their souls are linked, but that their fates are linked together. And that was part of the deal when she accepted the job. She would be connected to this train and in order to ensure the safety of the passengers. And here's why I believe that. It's in here. The way that she says it and the way that Albus says it. Never, never have I let anyone off this train before they reach their destination. Some have tried. Sirius Black and his cronies, Fred and George Weasley, all have failed because this train, it doesn't like people getting off it. So please take your seats for the remainder of the journey. Albus, you are right, Scorpius. This train is magical. She's intimating, and Albus is also speculating about what she's picking up on, that she is part of the train, that her and the train are linked, and both are dedicated to getting students where they need to be in the safest condition, and they do not like letting people off before it is time. Let me know what you think about this theory and about the Trolley Witch in the comment section down below, and if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Great videos are coming out every week where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. You can click right here for another theory about the Harry Potter world, or you can click right here for some more manliness or geekiness. Because after all, if the women don't find you manly, they should at least find you geeky. And until next time, beard on, bro.